Today we paint a flower bouquet in watercolor with PictureUP Creative Space. Our first flower is a lovely rose. Start with 3 dots. It will help you to know the right spot where you want to paint the rose. Now we start painting the center of the rose. You do this with little fine strokes. For the next round you put on a little bit more pressure on your brush, so the strokes become wider, and go around with little strokes. Try to give them slightly different shapes, so little U shapes, but some could be a little bit more straight or finer. Work your way around. In this painting we don't want a top view of the rose, so we want a side view. This means we don't go all the time around, just like on 3 parts of the rose. Do a few more little strokes on the back of the rose, just to fill up and make it more roundish. When you come to the outer leaves of the rose, swipe off the color in your water cup to get a more translucent shade, a more faded shade for the petals, for the outer petals. When you're happy with your rose, start with the next one. Maybe take a slightly different shade of pink, so a little bit more red. Start with the fine strokes in the middle for the center and more pressure for the outer petals. Don't forget to overlap them and mix orangey colors or peachy colors into the pink, just to get different kind of shades. Okay, I like it so far. Let's paint the third rose. When you paint roses or flowers or any kind of things in watercolor you paint in layers. You start always with your first layer of color. Use for the first layer light colors, and the second one, when you work over your first layer, take a darker color to work out details, to give some depth. The second and third layer are great to work in some color blendings. It's so great to watch when the first layer is still wet and you dip in some new colors, and then they bleed into each other and give these nice lovely blendings which we love so much in watercolor. Second flower is a sunflower. Take a dark brown shade and dip in little brown dots for the center of the flower. We do 2 sunflowers in this picture, so do one on the right side and one on the lower left side of your page. Load up your brush with yellow color for the sunflower petals. Begin with the middle petal of the sunflower. Paint a long curvy stroke down, and then you place the next one next to the first one and keep on going. The top ones, just make a half stroke, 2 small short half strokes, then repeat the same on the left side. Second layer, I like to take red and orange shades and dip them in and let them blend in into the yellow. For the second sunflower, tilt the paint strokes a little bit so it looks like the flower is tilted to the left. Wonderful! We are already at our third flower, and this will be an orange tulip. Paint it between the two roses on the top left hand side of your paper. Begin with 2 curved lines for the middle petal and then add a half stroke on each side. Add some fine lines around and on the top. Dip in a darker shade of orange or red on the bottom of the tulip to give it more depth. Paint the second tulip next to the first one. Start with the middle petal, add half strokes to the side and fine lines. We are halfway through our painting. Next flower is lavender. They're easy to paint. Just dip on little dots on your paper, go down in a line and get a little bit wider at the lower end of the flower. Mix yourself a purple color out of blue and pink. Mix 2 shades of purple, one which is more pinkish and the other one which is more bluish. It's great to mix them when you paint along your lavender. Our 5th flower is the Don't Forget Me flower. It's a tiny little blue flower. You can also paint cornflowers if you like. They are great fillers to fill in white space. Take blue color and paint 4 little squares. Go with your brush up and down to kind of a zigzag move. Paint 4 or 3 petals, just like you feel. Place them closer together so you can connect them with little stems when we paint our stems. Beautiful! We painted all our flowers. Now, next step, we will paint stems and leaves. For the stems, mix a natural green. Mix it out of dark green and brown or dark green and gray. Paint a thin line down to the middle of the page. Try to bring them all down into the middle. Slightly bend the stems or give them different angles. For the tulips, give them a little green tip on the bottom where the leaves come together. And if you come to a flower, just stop and finish the line on the other side of the flower. Add a few green dots into the lavender so it looks like the stem is looking through. For the little blue flowers, connect the stems. Last step in our flower bouquet is to add leaves. Just do little fine strokes in the beginning. Add some fine strokes for grass on the bottom just to fill up the white space and make it more green. Start adding some leaves with fine strokes or zigzag movements, maybe behind a rose. Do a rose leaf which pops out from the back. With a little bit more pressure on your brush, paint a few longer leaves. They can overlap the stems just to fill up and bring a little bit of green into your painting.
Finish up this painting, I use iridescent watercolor paints and glitter and metallic gel pens. They are great to bring in some highlights and some shimmer into your painting. You can get cheap ones from the dollar shop, or even have a look in the kids section. They have lots of glitter and metallic colors. Dips in a little bit of gold into this little forget-me flowers. Normally I use yellow, but I think gold, it looks really nice. So you can also use a gold pen or use these gold watercolors. For the middle part of the sunflowers, I use this brownish copper iridescent watercolor. To bring some shimmer into the sunflowers, I use this yellow glitter gel pen. I go over with lines on the outside. You don't have to do full lines, just add a few strokes here and there, and it looks pretty. The same I do for the leaves, with a green glitter gel pen, going around the outside or along the stems. I love this doodling line drawing with the glitter pens. It's so relaxing and fun. Don't forget to sign your artwork. If you have painted along, well done, you've finished your 5-flower bouquet. If you're happy with your painting, put it in a frame. It makes such a difference, you will see. And if not, have another go. It's just practice, and the more you practice, the better you get in watercolor painting. Take your brush and colors and paint along. Hope you enjoyed this video. There are more flowers to paint. Have a look on my channel. Thanks for watching and see you soon.